Hello, it's great to be here today. Last year, I think we were doing this in lockdown, actually raising a seed round. So great to be here today to talk about CrowdProperty Australia and how you can get into an untapped opportunity, we think, for investing in high quality, small scale property developments. So, what is CrowdProperty? CrowdProperty is a specialist marketplace lender. We bring together wholesale investors and institutions on one side to small-scale property developers on the other side. And as property people, lending to property people, we understand, I guess, the issues involved with small-scale property development at our heart. So why, as an investor, should you be interested in this? Well, we've got a proven business model of bringing these projects to you. So high-quality, value-adding residential property projects. And to give you a little insight into perhaps the future in Australia, if you look at what we're doing in the UK, these top 3 projects you'll see on the screen, these projects are funding with over 2,000 lenders in them. They are funding in less than a minute on the platform. Don't worry, you get more time than that to do your own due diligence once they get to the platform, but it's quite an impressive track record, which they have there of 100% interest in capital returns over the last 8 years of operation. We started here, as I said, last year, and the bottom 3 projects you'll see here are ones we've already funded locally. They're taking a little bit longer here, but they've been funded by wholesale investors like yourselves and institutions who are also interested in the efficiencies on the platform. So what is the problem here which we're solving, and why has it been so popular? Well, fundamentally, the banks are failing our small to medium-sized property developers. These are experienced guys, but this creates an opportunity. So we know there's the lack of trust is gone really with existing lenders. That's what all our surveys say. There's also a funding shortfall of houses we need to build for the growth in Australia, particularly, I believe, in affordable housing. Securing finance if you're a property developer is complex, it's slow, it's expensive. It can take 6 months to get a yes or a no, which you imagine that if you're sitting on a development. There's complete lack of transparency. There are hidden fees, overheads, and crucially, no one really understands your projects. So these are just some of the quotes which have come out of our surveys, our focus groups. And if anyone's dealt with the banks in this scenario, they might ring true. But banks might look cheap, but it's a higher price you pay in the end. Or you need to talk to someone 3 layers up in order to get a decision. Nobody understands property. So property financing is complex. It's unnecessarily expensive. Each provider in here wants to clip the tickets. The solution? Well, the solution is simple. At CrowdProperty, we want to build a direct relationship with our borrowers and our investors. And the platform efficiencies allows us to pass some of those cost savings, which we take out of all those profit pools, back to you as an investor. So there's no investor fees here like some funds. So for property developers, we can offer the speed, ease, certainty, and crucially transparency which they're looking for. There's no hidden fees, there's no broker fees, there's no last-minute changes to the term sheets. So building this customer-centric, it's not rocket science, it's a customer-centric model, means we get to see a lot more properties. To give you an idea, the UK's seen something like £6 billion worth of projects and funded less than 3% of them. Because we know as investors ourselves that security is paramount, right? That's our priority. So all our projects offer first registered security with sensible LVRs. They're fixed returns, typically over about a 15-month period, and targeting around a 7% per annum return. Residential property, I don't need to tell you, makes a lot of sense to invest in, and the overheads investing directly in it are only going up. So what are the benefits? Well, the benefits here are we can save you time. We can do the due diligence and, importantly, the loan monitoring for you. It's also a simple way to diversify your portfolio. So you can invest from as little as $10,000 on the platform. And we have new products coming, so come and chat to us if you've got an interest in a higher risk return mezzanine type finance or some of the sustainable products which we will be releasing. So how does it work? As I say, 16,000 investors have already used it on the platform, and on average they've invested 7 times. It's a fairly simple process. They come back because of our 57-step due diligence process, which we go through, plus your opportunity to do your own due diligence on the platform. We make it all available for you. So not all marketplace lending platforms were created equal. There's a few out there. So here's just some questions you might want to think about asking them. But I think importantly, can they demonstrate deep relationships with quality developers through a direct origination model, or are they getting their property development leads via a broker? Do they have the in-house ability to step in and take over a project and work it out in case that happens? So that's our point of difference, in-house property expertise, and I guess over the years we've developed that due diligence process, which is now strictly consistent. It's fed by many data points you wouldn't be able to necessarily access if you were trying to do these kind of investments yourself. And crucially, the interactions with our borrowers. So we want to understand not only does the term sheet stack up, but what's your motivation for doing the project? What's the capability, not just within the developer, but in their project team? And we get that from talking to them directly. As an investor, you get access to our bespoke loan management system, which is all controlled through the tech. So, in summary, as investors, we know ourselves security is the priority, so we always take first mortgage security. It's fixed returns, typically, as I say, over a 15-month period. It could be up to 18 months. And we offer access to, I guess, projects which you wouldn't say otherwise. High quality, expert due diligence has been done, and it gives you an opportunity to diversify that portfolio, as I say, very easily through the platform. So it looks like I've got a little bit of time left. Since we launched, we've got a great pipeline of projects coming through. I'm not going to go through all of them, but we'll just touch on a couple. So one coming up on the platform hopefully shortly, subject to its independent valuation, which is happening right now, is just outside of Brisbane in Arkenflower. You'll see it's a beautiful renovation job done on an old Queenslander. They've lifted up, shifted it, made room to develop 5 apartments behind the block, which we'll be funding. You can see the standard of renovation which has been done on this project already, which looks great. We'll be offering a loan facility of around $3 million. That's about the average on the platform, so these are small projects. And the amount owed at the end, to the end sales value, the LVR, will be somewhere around the 54% mark. Another project we really like is currently in flight at the moment. We've already actually got pledges to the $4.2 million loan facility, I think, on this one. We really like this one because not only has the developer gone out and got pre-sales which by far and away cover any debt on the land, he's actually going to keep one for himself because he wants to live there, build the family home, and not many developers want to do that. So again, that comes back to motivations. But one you should come and have a chat to us about, because there might be an opportunity here. This has been done by a property developer we know very well because she runs one of the largest property developer networks in the country. From the outside, it looks like a modern townhouse development, much like the rest of the street in Glenroy. Inside, it's actually self-contained units, so they're all fully furnished, quality finishes. So investing in a project like this is not only a great investment, and an investment for the person who takes out the end project at the end of the day with something like a 7% yield on this one, you're actually investing in affordable housing. So as time's up, my name's David. We'll be on the stand today with the rest of the team. Come and meet us. If you're online, hop on Umbrella or go to crowdproperty.com.au and check out the projects which are coming up. And thanks for your time.